The Heir of Generation 3 is finally here, and she has a twin sister. After an excruciating battle with infertility, our matriarch Autumn Kealoha has finally achieved one of her lifelong wishes, to birth a child of her own, and she achieved it twice. She has given birth to twin girls, our heir, Aurora Rain Kealoha, and her sister, Oasis Alexandria Kealoha. Autumn and Shanna had picked the name Aurora Rain a long time ago, but weren't expecting Oasis Alexandria. They ultimately decided on that name because they became friends in Oasis Springs and Alexandria to honor our founder Alexis. Autumn felt so blessed, excited to bond with the twins and to introduce Sage to his sisters, but she also felt like a mess down there, and was slammed with the harsh reality of her mother's death once again. She still couldn't believe it. She wished she could have at least held Aurora and Oasis just once, but she figured that she was here, in spirit, watching over them. Or maybe that she was one of them. She was freaked out. Her obstetrician told her and Shanna that Autumn was only having one baby, but Alexis made a comment about her babies being beautiful. How on earth did Alexis know that she was pregnant with twins? Was Alexis reincarnated as Aurora or Oasis? She wasn't going to keep thinking about it, and went to sleep with Shanna. She'll tell her all about it in the morning. Meanwhile, downstairs, Reaping Sorrows was on the verge of a meltdown. Her mom is dead, she has a stupid name, and her boyfriend Zayden Kibo was flirting with her brother in Granite Falls. She didn't even know Zayden plays both teams. She didn't have a problem with that, but what the fuck? Her brother, right in front of her, Asbury, was a mess. Why is Sammy Kealoha here, and why is he shirtless? No relation to Shanna Kealoha. Rebrand and Sammy Kealoha briefly met in high school, and Clint knew Sammy too. It's safe to say Ringworm wasn't in her right mind. She started mindlessly flirting with Sammy, despite not even being that attracted to him. She felt like a disaster, and just wanted to feel good. Zayden certainly wasn't helping. Sage woke up from his slumber to find two random babies in his mum's room. He started chatting with our heir Aurora, since she was the only one awake, while his uncle Clint headed to a doctor's appointment. And that's when Railroad had an opportunity to strike. She truly wasn't thinking, as her and Sammy got cozy on the couch. But the warmth of a man's body against hers just felt so good, she couldn't resist. She wasn't going to go all the wicked way with him, but she wouldn't mind getting a little handsy. While that was going on downstairs, our matriarch woke up because it was the next day and the twins' birthdays. She aged our heir up first. Aurora was given the sunny infant trait, and now it's time to see if she looks more like Autumn or Shanna. And the red-haired gene strikes again. Look at her birthmarks and her slight heterochromia. She has brown eyes, like her brother Sage, Aunt Nicole, grandfather Chris, and grandmother Alexis. Maybe Autumn was right about reincarnation, and she already gained her first infant milestone, smile. Shanna headed over to baby Oasis, as it was now her turn to age up one of their children. Just like her twin sister, Oasis was also given the sunny infant trait. And she is the polar opposite of her twin sister Aurora. That is definitely Autumn's child, Autumn's face, Shanna's palette, and she has heterochromia as well. And she also gained the smile milestone. These are some strange twins. Going into CS now, our heir seems to be an even mix of both of her mother's genes. I see Shanna's eyes and lips, and Autumn's nose. And I also noticed that our heir is a spellcaster, like her mummy and her brother. While Oasis is not, she is a human like Autumn. Oasis, on the other hand, is Autumn's twin, with the exception of the blue hair and skin tone. I gave them both a quick makeover, and they are absolutely adorable. I'm so happy one came out with blue hair, and one with red LMAO. Aunt reckon, I fucking hope you washed your hands before coming upstairs to play with your niece, Sitch. Our heir Aurora was busy exploring the world around her when her grandfather Chris managed to get out of bed to meet her. Looks Looks like Sage figured out that he won't have his mom's soul attention anymore. Aurora, why are you fussing? I thought you were supposed to be Sunny. Clint was gaining fame, followers, and money fast. He was now a level 3 celebrity, or a B-lister. One of his fans casually left ambrosia outside his front door. Sage couldn't get enough of his new baby sisters, and Autumn and Shanna couldn't get over the fact that they had 2 new daughters. For the first time since her mother's death, Autumn felt truly happy. She was so proud of herself for getting through this pregnancy and couldn't wait to learn more about her beautiful daughters. And there was one thing she learned about our heir. She's a frequent sneezer. I forgot how gross children are. Our little lesbians put the twins to sleep in their side-by-side cribs while Christopher left the house. He couldn't bear being inside it. Every piece of furniture, every wall, every inch of his home reminded him of Alexis. He was in great pain, and he knew it was because she'd just died 2 nights ago and the wound was fresh. But he didn't know if he would ever stop feeling this way. Autumn, however, was beginning to get a hold on this optimism thing her wife speaks so highly of. She started remembering the good, like Sage, and how his birthday would be tomorrow. Him aging up to a child. She hated seeing her baby get older, but it would be much easier to take care of 2 infants and 1 child rather than 2 infants and 1 toddler. She took him upstairs and read him a bedtime story, teary-eyed as she watched all 3 of her beautiful babies sleep. It was absolute heaven. She knew that this, the souls her and her wife created in this room, would always be her greatest achievement. She did it. She had her babies, and now her family was finally complete. She would always miss her mom Alexis, but she knew that, in life and in death, she was proud of her, and, hell, Autumn was proud of herself, too. She didn't listen to her doubts or her doctors. She believed in herself, and so did Alexis, and she would always be grateful for that. And for everything else she did for her growing up. She just hoped her own children will feel the same about her one day when she's gone. Chris, I know you're grieving, but come on, man. Since she was finally starting to feel like herself again and the babies were asleep, she figured she'd get back to her favorite pastime, gardening. That was until she started bleeding and had to rush herself to the emergency room.